Happy Sunday, uranium friends. Next gen NXE. Let's take a look here. We're on the monthly. It'll be a quick one. Football is incoming, so need to be in bars eating chicken wings and drinking booze and making fun of my friends. So monthly chart. We'll go in deeper. This is the fibs on this last swing pivot. But again, just like everything else in the space, you'll see it over and over. You hear me talk about it over and over. We got the moving average rider. Uh, the monthly chart is 8 months, 9 months of higher lows. So on next gen. So yeah, strong. And again, these fundamental guys are all crapping about a lifestyle company and Indy 500 cars and whatever. All right, the thing is at all-time highs, and all it's doing right now is back testing its breakout. So, if you want to sit there and complain about these fundamentals or CEOs and whatever, go ahead. And if you want to be out of these companies because of that, fine. Look at the volume. All right. So, you could say whatever you want about CEOs and lifestyle companies. The market is telling you something completely different. Okay. Uh, a lot of people, again, experts in the space say these guys have one of the best deposits. It's not going to get up and running till 2030. Whatever. I don't care. I'm making money off this thing. Um, and I've been making money on it for years. And I'm going to continue to do so. Remember, it's one of the top holdings in all three ETFs. I believe it's in URNJ. It is. And it's got a decent option chain. It's on the big boards. Liquidity. Larger money is going to want and require liquidity. This is one of those names. UEC is one of those names. CCJ is one of those names. Those are the names that people are going to be looking at with money that needs liquidity and option chains. So again, regardless of the fundamentals and the company's management and what they're spending their money on, this thing has gone straight up since April, May, June, March. Okay, monthly high or low for like 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. As far as I'm concerned, this is a dip buying name. So whenever it dips, I'm going to be buying it. Let's zoom into the weekly, okay? Just on this monthly, it will need some monthly consolidation at some point. They always get some sort of consolidation, even on the monthly, okay? This is great consolidation. We'd love to see that, right? Get some consolidation here. Weekly will give us a better look. So Fibonacci's, all right, from the last swing, good levels. And this thing is coming down to its golden pocket. In my opinion, I'm going to be looking to buy again this week on this thing, for sure. Because it's just like everything else in the space. Look at the rider. Forget about if you know nothing about technical analysis. If you can't see this, you should probably at least try to learn a little bit. So it gives you a guide, even if you're someone who's been holding a position since down here. You want to know what the behavior of these names, right? So when they lose them, this one didn't really. It's strong. It's been strong for a very long time. I'm assuming it's going to stay that way unless something drastic happens in the space in general. So this is the golden pocket, and Fibonacci's. People that use these Fibonacci retracements, they love the golden pocket bounces. It's got a pretty decent amount of, you're looking at like a 50-60% drawdown for it to take out these levels. So it's a pretty, it's a decent risk to put on a trade if you're going to use this level. But, these fibs are pretty good. But regardless of that, weekly consolidation has begun. It is still a weekly bull flag, but is the bull flag's in doubt. Remember, with bull flags, once you breach the 38% retracement, so the chance of them confirming becomes a little bit less likely. When you breach the 50% retracement, it becomes even more likely. So, a yellow flag on this bull flag, but you did get your golden pocket looking bounce. So when you look at the daily, it filled the gap and bounced, but it's still dealing with these moving averages that are now kind of acting as resistance. And remember, this is a confirmed daily downtrend, right? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is still going down, right? So when is the reversal? Well, like always in all equities, I go to the hourly. Where is the reversal? The reversal will be when the hourly changes its trend. So it's got to look something like this. Okay? Low, high, higher low, higher high. So there's your first indication that the hourly is changing its trend, which will then lead to the higher time frame. So it's kind of what I'm looking for. It's made some good progress here. It's also made enough of a bounce here. You know, this is a good look because it did, like I said, it did fill the gap, and I like to see a gap get filled. So next gen has filled the gap. It has me interested. Super aggressive bulls are going to be looking for that hourly trend change. That's what I'm going to be looking for. It did do something here, right? So it got over its 12 EMA on the hourly, which has really been acting as resistance. It did it here. This was a fake out, and the space did a fake out in general on most names a couple days ago, and then just continued down. So it's a little bit of a red flag. The RSI, there's plenty of room. So you've got an hourly RSI divergence, and you do have a couple of taps on this 12 EMA as support. So super tight short term, um, it's looking a little bit better. So I'm going to be looking for an hourly high or low, a scale in possibly for me, and then maybe another half. Um, you know, start to think about using this level as my stop area. So NXC is looking a little bit better in in the respect that it did fill its gap, and um, you know the hourly is starting to slightly start to show some changes. This is how you catch bottoms in swing pivots, right? So if the hourly starts to make its move and starts to confirm an uptrend, you know they become. It's first of all it sets a level, right? So this could be the level that NXC is now setting. Right, next gen could be setting this level here. And all we need now is to get an hourly trend change. So, you know, an hourly high or low, I'll position up. I'll sell half to kind of get myself to a point where it's going to be a relatively risk-free stop out. So, you know, this is really truly the area that I'd be most concerned about, as we can see, because these moving averages are moving up with it also. And if you look on the daily, just like everything else in the space, it's riding these 50-day moving averages. It's exponential, and it's also the simple 50-day moving average. You can see it; it's as clear as day. All right. So again, you know, if you do nothing about technical analysis, forget about volume profiles, forget about Fibonacci's. Quite simply, if you just use this metric, uh, the chart says you're going to be okay if you make entries off that. And if you're not, there's levels that are really tight, close, where you can say you're wrong. You know, so there's levels here that are nearby where it's cheap for me to find out if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I'm going to get another bounce and possibly another leg up beyond this high. You know, if you technical analysis terms again, um, there's enough space here for a daily lower high as opposed to this level for it to bounce on its next bounce if it has it. So it might just start to look something like this, right? Before it takes that level out again. And, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking for. But you know, you try to position for that. So I'm using the hourly chart. The hourly has some positivity to it. I'm not going nutso with it yet. But yet, all the more reason why I think UEC has a good chance of filling the gap. You know, the other thing you have to be aware of is we've got earnings coming up, right? So March 1st. So that's always a factor. Earnings become very binary events, but Gap filled here into this golden pocket with a level nearby with this support structure here with these moving averages tells me I'm looking to get an entry here, right? And I've spoken about this numerous times. What I do with NXC, I still, I hold a position. I have long term, I have leaps. I have a long term position. I trade it, and what I do with my trading on NXC is I'll take half of my profits and I throw it into Mega. Um, I'm trying to own Mega for free, and that'll be one of those uh, names that I just kind of hold on or as long as I can into this with this run. So, I mean, that's how I'm kind of playing it. I've posted about it multiple times, but that's the deal, right? So, a couple of levels to be able to work off of. 683 is a level to work off of. 652 is a level to work off of. Aggressive bulls are working off this gap fill and the possibility of an hourly trend change. That's what I'm looking at right now. Let me just look at the 4 hours, see if we get anything. Yeah, so, there's still all these rejections on this moving average. So, the 4 hour, a slightly less aggressive than an hourly bull is going to work off the 4 hour because, same deal. You want to get that trend change look. So you get the bounce wherever it bounces. You want the pullback to come and make a higher low as opposed to 713. Get the bounce, confirm the trend change, and then you could quite frankly be off to the races from there, right? It's a possibility, right? So the hourly trend change turns into the 4 hour trend change, which turns into the daily trend change, and off we go. That's what I'm looking for with NXC. All right. Over and out. Go Detroit Lions. Never have won a Super Bowl. Love to see him do it. It would be like the upset of the century. See ya.